Oh, hello there. You may have noticed I'm in a slightly different setup to last time, as I'm excited to say I've moved into the new music studio. Now it's not quite finished yet, there's still a couple of different things that I've got to do, but I wanted to make a video for you guys, despite being really busy trying to get everything finished up. So as a test, I wanted to open up one of my oldest beats and see if I can fix it. Once I get the studio finalized, I plan to make videos explaining how I made it, both the actual construction and also decorating the interior and creating the acoustic panels and so on, and how we took it from this before video to this. But for now, let's just jump into the beat. So here we are in the project. The name that I gave to this FLP was Flight, and I don't really remember why I gave it that name, but let's just have a listen. Okay. Okay, so heavy 4 on the floor. Okay, and then the tail just hangs on forever. What's that pluck? Okay, that must have just been a different melody idea, so we don't need that. Okay, well, it actually wasn't too bad overall. I wasn't sure what to expect. It's quite easy to make things sound nice when you just go for a simple 4 on the floor, and I actually like the way that that sub sounded. I just think that the volumes mainly are all over the place, so that's one thing I'll fix. Also, it's very minor. It's kind of this kind of dark, sinister vibe, but I feel like it would probably suit being more chill. So I might switch up the chords and make them a bit more major and just a little bit more vibey. I might make 2 versions. I'll have like a minor version and a major version, but I think I'll give the major version a go first. The percussion overall here is not too bad. A lot of it sounds a bit stock. So I'll see if I can find some tailored sounds that just fit a little bit more, or just have a little bit more character and personality to them. It's not bad though. Okay, I have very little drum processing. I have no drum processing. That's probably why the kick is far too loud. I'll probably put a compressor on there and add a couple of different things to make it all gel together a little bit more. And I don't know what kind of sidechaining I have. I don't think I have any sidechaining at the moment, which is probably why all the volumes are all over the place, because nothing is being controlled. So pretty pleased with that overall, all things considered. I think I made this back in 2018. In December 2018, I would say I knew considerably less than I do now, but still I'm quite pleasantly surprised by that. So I'm just going to go and see what I can do to it, and I will show you what I come up with. Let's fix these drums. So I've got 2 kicks there. Let's add some compression. This should really be kick, and this should really be kick too, and this should really be there with a separator, and this should really not have a separator, and this should be what's sidechained, and this one is too loud, so pull that down. Okay, let's experiment with making some more major chords. Oh, why did that stop? Well, let's play the kick along with it. the sub, let's make the sub major, because that's the kind of driving force of the whole thing. Nice. I think it needs some more atmospheres and maybe another melody, like a counter melody in the background that's creating like an atmospheric sound. So. I've got a vocal idea, so I am just going to put that down, make another couple of tweaks to the mix, and then I will show you guys what I end up with.
For me to rewrite my fate and not be leaving this world behind. Yeah.
Okay, I was showing my brother, I was trying to show him what the original sounded like, but then there's this noise. Can you even see where it's coming from?
It's not a noise, it's just a really nice tom.
Yeah. Where is it? No, it's still there. What is that? What?
Nice.
Where did that come from? What are those? Oh, there, look.
What?
Down here. There's a noise down here. Why is that there?
Play it. Nice. And then like a title card when I've got a certain part of the song that I want to do parts of that within the project, like my music, and then that adds another thing to the music.
That's what I'm doing here.
I'm pretty much, I kind of just copy, to be honest.
Oh, that's fine. My brother's been making beat videos as well. Go and check out his channel. I'll put it in the description. Okay, I've been working on this for quite some time now. It's pretty much dark outside, but I am really pleased with where I've managed to take it. I want to talk you guys through the basics of what I did to try and improve it. So I changed out the kick to try and get one that fitted better with the overall vibe, that's a little bit more muted and a bit thicker. And the important thing here was to make sure that this main kick was the louder one and the main driving kick. And then the secondary kick was just subtle, adding in a little bit more of a rhythmic quality, but not overpowering the main kick. And I also automated the volume of this kick a little bit, just to make it feel a little bit more natural and a little bit more real, less robotic. Then I just changed the volumes of all of these drums so that they sat better together, and I also changed the rhythm and pattern that the hats in particular were playing so that it fit better with the rhythm of the kicks overall. The previous configuration was a little bit more random. Everything was kind of just bouncing around and it was hard to follow. It didn't really give you a proper direction or a flow. I also added in a reverse hat, again just to make it chug a little bit more. And then the Foley, it was just about volume control once again. So that was the drums, and the drums I then used to create the most important element, I would say, of the improvements that I made, which was adding lots of sidechaining to all of the individual elements. So I sidechained the kick to the bass, and I also sidechained it to the instruments and to the vocals, but also to each of the individual mixer channels so that I could sidechain it a different amount. For example, on the main vocal, I didn't want to take it all the way down so that every time the kick hit, the whole thing would duck, but on other layers like the harmony and the pad, I did want it to duck almost entirely. So as you can see here, if I play these vocal layers on their own, there is no sidechain. Now, if I add in the kick once more, it pretty much changes the melody, but it makes it even more interesting, and I really enjoyed how bold that was. The same applies to the sub and the instruments, just to make everything move as one, with the kick being the driving force. The only other really significant thing that I did to make a big difference was a lot of EQ. I EQ'd mostly everything and relatively aggressively just to keep the sounds that I wanted and to remove all of the sounds that were inhibiting clarity. The vocals themselves actually make up probably about a third, if not 2/3 of the overall sound, because the beat itself is actually relatively simple. So I have the main vocal here with my usual vocal chain, but then I also have 2 layers which are panned from side to side. I have a harmony layer, and then I also have a high vocal layer where I sing everything an octave above. Then I have this pad. And each of them is sent to a hall reverb, which I've also put Valhalla Supermassive on just to make everything sound a little bit more ethereal. And I also have sent them to this half delay. I can then also control the volume of the sound effects to make them rise and fall whenever I would like. I knew I wanted the reverb to play a significant role, but I also know that it can be risky putting in too much reverb, and like I say, you lose that clarity that I've just spent lots of time working on developing with the EQing. And yeah, that's everything that I did overall. I would actually say that most of the things that I changed weren't with really complicated plugins or with super complex mixing or processing. All of it was just understanding how to use the basics more effectively, and also what to take out. It also helps being in an inspiring environment like I am at the moment. And moment of gratitude, it's so cool to be in here, and I'm really excited to see what happens in here. Like I say, there's still several things I need to get done within the studio. I need to put the speakers up on some sort of monitor stand so that they're at a better listening position. I want to put some shelves in and some hooks to hang the guitars. I've got a ceiling cloud to put above my head, which is just like the acoustic panels that are behind me. And there's just a couple of other miscellaneous things that I'm still to do before I can really call it a fully functioning studio, but that will come very soon. And watch this space for plenty of things that I hope are coming in the near future. That's everything for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, and all of those wonderful things. If you're new here, welcome along. It's so great to see you here, and I really look forward to sharing the next video with you all. But until then, bye.
I'm floating away, get lost in the moon, rise up far away from all of the street lights. What would it take for me to rewrite my fate and I believe in this world behind? I'm floating away, get lost in the moon, rise up far away from all of the street lights. What would it take for me to rewrite my fate and I believe in this world behind? Yeah.